Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think we were discussing about the thioglycosides, how it act as a donor, that type of the concept we discuss. So we are discussing about the synthesis of glycosides. What do you mean by the glycosides? Glycoside is nothing but when there is a formation of the glucose derivatives is known as glycosides, and glycoside in a formal term, a glycoside is any molecule in which a sugar group is bonded through its anomeric carbon to another group via glycosidic bond, that is known as a glycoside. And glycosides can be linked by an glycosidic bond. Linked by a glycosidic bond, maybe as a O glycoside, N glycosylation, or S thioglycoside, or C glycoside. These are the different type of the glycosides we are discussing. Our glycosyl means what? Glycosyl, the definition of that glycosyl, generally a glycosyl group is a univalent free radical or substituent structure obtained by removing the hemiacetal hydroxyl group from the cyclic form of monosaccharide and by extension of a lower oligosaccharide. This is the meaning of that glycosyl. And glycosyl donor means what? They have a ability or the capacity to donate and form as a various glycosides. Just now we have seen O glycosides, N glycosylation, or S thioglycoside, S C glycosides. So that type of a series of common glycoside donor types, all are very reactive when activated with a promoter or the catalyst. So, and then also we have seen glycal means what? It containing as a carbon-carbon double bond. Along with that that double bond must be along with that carbon number 1 and the carbon number 2 atoms, and then that type of the thing is called as a glycosides. So yesterday we have learned what that anomeric acetate, how we can get as a because we are talking about the thioglycosides, right? Thioglycosides, and thioglycosides means that an anomeric carbon atom there must be a thiog is introduced. So that type of the thing we have learned. Let us see from glycosyl halides, that the specific term we have discussed, and this is a classical way to thioglycoside in which an acylated glycosyl halide is reacted with a thiolate in a polar solvent to yield the 1,2-trans thioglycoside. So that type of the thing we already learned there. So along with that, some of the from glycosyl halide, specifically glycosyl chloride, mainly how we can get the different type of the thioglycoside that we are discussing today. So both alkyl and aryl mercaptans have been used, and good yield are usually obtained. although especially with the more basic alkyl thiolates, a reacetylation step is often necessary prior to workup and isolation of the product. And if controlled condition and an aprotic polar solvent are used. Aprotic polar solvent means polar, we know that there is a difference in the magnetic dipole moment. SN2 type displacement reaction can be performed to give the inverted anomeric configuration in the product. For example, alpha glycosides from beta glycosyl halide precursors in spite of the presence of participation, for example 2O protecting group, that is a scheme number 3rd is represented here. Let me show that scheme also over here. Let us see here. This is one of the beta chloroglycosides. The structure of this is a beta glycosyl halide. This is a beta glycosyl halide OAC at what we can call it as a equatorial position. All the acetyl groups are present like this, and the name of this structure will be the this chlorine group present at, this is termed as a glycosyl halides. These are the glycosyl halides. Among that, this beta at this chlorine is above the plane, and therefore we can term it as a beta glycosyl halide or beta glycosyl chloride. So this is the name of this compound, and this is a beta glycosyl halide or beta glycosyl chloride. So this is there, and when it is treated with the reagent like HS, then this is a benzene ring, then NO2, that is a para-nitrothiol, which will be treated with here NaH, sodium hydroxide. It is act as a base, and another one HMPA as a aprotic polar solvent is used, we will get as a 60% yield is obtained. And what do you get over here? Here you are going to get the product over here is this one. Let us see the product, and then this is a product which we got over here, and now the product is yes, then this benzene ring, then NO2 group, and other rest of the group remains as it is. They are acetyl group, they are lying at equatorial position OAC. If you observe this structure carefully, what do you observe over here? What do you notice over here? Look at, this is a very simplest synthesis, beta glycosyl chloride. Starting from that, we are using thiophenol. In presence of base is used as a sodium hydride and hexamethyl phosphoramide. This is known as a hexamethyl phosphoramide. This HMPA is known, H indicate as a hexa. How many methyl groups are there? Hexamethyl phosphoramide. So that is the name of, this is the full form of that HMPA. H indicates as hexa, M for methyl, and P for phosphoramide, and A for the amide. So hexamethyl phosphoramide, and the structure of that hexamethyl phosphoramide is a very simple. You can remember the structure: C double bond phosphate group, then N. This is a what we can call it as a nitro group is present over there like this. Here also we can attach. So this is a trimethyl, or what we can call it as a tertiary amine. Triamines are there. Look at here, 1, 2, 3. This stick is nothing but it represents as a methyl group. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There are 6 methyl group, and therefore it is known as a hexa methyl phosphoramide, and it is a aprotic polar solvent. Aprotic polar solvent. What do you mean by aprotic polar solvent? Polar means what? If you look at here, this due to the electronegative nature of that phosphoryl group, phosphorus and oxygen, there is a electronegativity difference between as a phosphorus and oxygen atom, and therefore it exhibit dipole moment, and that's why it is a polar. Aprotic means what? Protic and the aprotic. For example, water molecule, it is a polar protic, or acetic acid, this is also as a polar protic, and because there is a proton atom are present, those solvent are known as a polar protic solvent. So but here there is a no proton available for donation. There is a no what we can call it as acidic proton, and therefore this is belonging to as a aprotic polar solvent. And now the speciality of this reaction, if you look at the Br, at what position it is? It is lying at beta position, means above the plane. When here, what is the function of base? If you imagine as how the reaction will take place, here base which will abstract the proton, this proton form as a negative charge over carbanion. The negative charge is well stabilized due to that stabilization of inductive effect or the resonance effect, especially the resonance effect. And now it becomes as a nucleophile, and that nucleophile specifically attacking similar to as a SN2 type reaction. Do you know that SN2 type of the reaction? SN2 means that displacement reaction takes place, or displacement and the substitution, one and the same thing. That nucleophile is approaching from the backside of that chlorine, because if you, why not the front side? Because there is a chlorine atom and that nucleophile has a same charge, therefore there is a repulsion, same charges, there is a strong repulsion, electron repulsion is there, and therefore nucleophile is preferred to attack from the backside. And as we know that SN2 reaction, it is a concerted reaction. Why concerted? Because whatever bond breaking and the bond forming takes place simultaneously, that kind of the reaction are known as concerted reaction. And whenever there is a backside attack, this gives the inverted product. Why inverted product? Because the attack from the backside, and therefore we are getting as an inverted product. Here alpha position, if you observe this structure carefully, the nucleophile is staying or lying at alpha position, and therefore it is a alpha glycosides or alpha thioglycoside, you can call it as alpha thioglycosides. Why thio? Because at 2 position that anomeric carbon atom get replaced by thiol group, and therefore it is such a type of the derivatives are known as alpha thiol glycoside. This is a general way of remembering this type of the reaction. Understood this? This is a very simple reaction. So it goes smoothly. So you have to mention here these glycoside, and it act as a donor. These beta glycosyl chloride act as a donor, and we are getting the resulting compound, that is a thioglycoside, alpha thioglycoside, as an derivative over there. So this is one of the very simple reaction which it is taking place over there. A modification is the use of phase transfer condition allowing the use of free thiols and non-polar solvent in the reaction. Also, with glycosyl halides as donors, alkyl stanyl derivatives of the thiol have been employed as a acceptor, and the lower reactivity of this reagent necessitates the use of elevated temperature. Elevated temperature means at higher temperature, or a promoter means it speed up the reaction, it helps to increase the rate of reaction, and these reaction which often result in alpha beta product mixtures. These result into as alpha beta product mixture. Synthesis of thioglycosides are sometimes possible using Nenning nor glycosylation oxidation, that is the scheme number 4. That the scheme number 4 which we are going to see over here. So let's see how it can takes place. Let us see over here, because we are discussing the glycosides, that is a point we are discussing over here. And now, so now what is going to happen over here? Let's see that as usual, that is a, let us see as a starting compound. Here I am showing, I am drawing the structure over here, and that is again as a, here this is a beta bromide at this position, then OAC, then OAC, all are here, OAC, then OAC. This is one of the structure that is known as a alpha bromo glycosides. Alpha bromo glycosides. This is the structure of alpha bromo glycosides, and alpha bromo glycoside act as a donor, and therefore we can get as a glycosylation after treating this compound with this one, that is a alpha type of this. Here the one of the structure I am writing over here, this one. So that is O, and here we can write as a double bond carbonyl type of the group, and then showing here one is a here SH, and at this position that is a protonated amines, alpha amino acid type of the compound. So NHAC, that is a substituted, not this AC is not there. Then let us see, here is a Z, is any protecting group. There are different type of the protecting groups are there, so we can selectively protect the amine group, and then we can, this reaction takes place under HgBr2 here, mercury bromide HgBr2, and the yield is obtained near about 77%. So this is a high yielding product once again, and what you are going to get the product here. This is a beta bromo glycosides, and now this is going to attack from the opposite side once again, from this side, and there is a removal of that bromide, and it's simply the products are obtained like this. Let us see the product over here. This one, oxygen atom over here, and this one. So we can write yes, then this group over there, and here this is the group. We can write C double bond O, then nitrogen, hydrogen, and Z group is protecting as it is, everything is as it is, and other group, they are remains as it is. They are lying at equatorial position, one that is at axial position, and this is the product which is we are getting, and this is again what we can call it as this is a beta thioglycols, beta thioglycosides. So this is again it is one of the very good donor over there, donor we getting here. And although mercury second salt have been rather frequently used to promote glycosylation with thioglycoside donors, and indirect formation of thioglycosides can also be performed from glycosyl halides, generally glycoside bromide, and the glycosyl bromide and the glycosyl chloride are very easily we can get it, or we can derive, or we can synthesize. A reaction with thiourea yields thiouranium salt, which can the thioacetate above can be hydrolyzed under mild selective condition to give the anomeric thiol. And as we know that the anomeric position, that is the anomeric thiol, and which then can be alkylated in an efficient non-smelling procedure to produce thioglycosides, that is the scheme number 5. However, hampered by the believed certainty of thiourea and alkyl halides. Let us see once again over here. Let me draw the another scheme number. This is a scheme number 3, I think, and now is a scheme number what is that? Scheme number 4 we have seen. Now is a scheme number 5 we are talking over here. Now let's once again the structure of alpha glycosyl bromide, and as we know that the structure of alpha glycosyl bromide, this is the alpha position bromine atom, and other position there will be a protected hydroxyl group by acyl group OAC, and when it is treated with the compound like thiourea CS, then here CS NH2 twice. This is the thiourea, and generally treated with acetone. Acetone used as a solvent here, and we are getting near about is 80% of the solvent. This is a glycosyl bromide, this one alpha glycosyl bromide, this one, because that bromide present at alpha position and therefore it is termed as a alpha glycoside bromide. This is a thiourea. You might be knowing the structure of thiourea. C double bond S, then NH2 and H2N, and that's why in short we are writing this one is called as a thiourea. And as this is a thiourea, sulfur is there and therefore it is known as a thiourea. And what is the structure of urea? Instead of sulfur there is an oxygen atom. This will be the structure of urea. This is the structure of urea, as we know that, right? And now we are discussing, we are trying to synthesize the thioglycoside donor. So this is the alpha glycoside bromide. Starting from the glycosyl halide, we are trying to prepare the thioglycosides. So what type of the stereochemistry also involved here, over here. And now what you are going to get, the product which you are going to get over here is this one. Let us see here, it is from opposite to that. Let us see the structure. How do we get this, how the compound we will get over here. Let's see, other group we can write as it is, then OAC, and here OAC is written over here, then OAC. Now this thiourea attacking from the SN2 type of the reaction, because nucleophile always approach from the back side, and therefore we are getting here is a sulfur and then carbon atom here. So and then we can write here double bond NH positive charge, then Br minus, and then here will be a NH2, though 3 and Br minus over there. I think there is a NH2 here also as a NH2, because when nitrogen generally has a 3 bond, here is a exceeds 1, 2 and 2 hydrogen are 4. So this type of the salt we are getting, and this salt further treated with this reagent K2CO3 potassium carbonate in presence of water H2O, the yield is obtained near about as a 90% of the yield is obtained over there, and the product is formed. The product is obtained, that is a thioglycol is this one. Here is a SH. And other group, they remains intact, means they remains as it is. That is a general thing, that is a AC, that we are get as a alpha. This one is a beta thioglycosides. This is a beta thioglycosides. How we are getting as a beta thioglycoside, how they are acting as a good donor, so that we are trying to prepare from the starting from the halides, generally from the beta halide. This is a scheme number, generally this is a scheme number 5, I think, right? This is a scheme number 5. Look at, if you observe this structure very carefully, what is this? This is the simplest one. Only at a beta position Br, the other part they are lying at a equatorial position. OC is a protected hydroxyl group with that acetylation, acetic anhydride with the Lewis acid, and we added as a thiourea in presence. Acetone is act as here as a solvent. The yield is obtained near about as 80%, and we are getting this type of the salt formation over there here. And after that, when it is treated with the basic medium K2CO3, 90% yield is obtained, and which is nothing but as a beta thioglycosides. So these are the sum of the what we can call it as a product which we are getting over here. that we have seen. In the next time we will see we will discuss rest of the point, whatever remaining points about that glycoside. So that we will see in the next lecture. I think with this, let us stop today here. Remaining we will see in the next lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.